Okay, and we're live. The not first offline time that I've done an RPG stream, but this time I have a friend, so it's not just lonely basilisk hunting.
Sad times.
Okay.
I meant that more for basilisk hunting.
Yes, that's true. Do you want me to say who you are?
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
I don't know how to approach this, to be honest.
Yeah, no, it's fine. Like, this happens every time that people are like, yeah, words are hard. Like, when people are like, well, what do you do for podcasts? I'm like, if you can find me a pastry chef in Pittsburgh, like, you have no life. I'm Zoe, and I'm a friend of theirs. And I also like Tales games. And yeah, I'm the pastry chef in Pittsburgh.
And they are half my audience.
I'm as regular as the next man. Yeah.
Exaggeration, you're more like 40% of my audience. And we're starting off, because we blasted that Roper. Oh, then well, why don't I have Law out here? Or Shion. I may have approached this incorrectly, I just wanted to go for it. I'm trying a new setup for my controls. It didn't do the missed part.
Are you still stuck with not being able to switch in characters?
I mean, I can switch characters in battle. I just came into this battle completely unprepared. Oh, you mean, no, I think I started to say, I had a new setup for the thing, so I can go into this nice and good. And she missed.
In a bind. Win. Take this. You're finished with the Rondo. Ready and rare.
Oh, I just got Lunar Rondo on Judith. So.
Yeah.
Is that a healing art?
Because for the other people who will watch this is, I'm currently playing through Tales of Vesperia, or as I call it, Tales of Vespi.
Tales of Vespa Queen in Pokemon.
Yeah.
So I guess technically talking too much about that would be spoilers if I still intend to record stuff, but I don't even know at this point.
Oh, okay.
Can you take it?
Why aren't I playing as Kisara? This is gonna go nowhere, but
Benediction light.
Going in. Take this.
because Dohealing doesn't have Vitalize.
Begin.
I never
Not what it's called in this.
Tiger blade.
Also, I was thinking,
Benediction light.
whatever
One more.
Sophie has.
Lightning meteor.
What?
This one's mine.
It's time. Heal.
Time to shine.
Can't get out of this.
Take this.
This dragon's proving to be a lot more difficult than the last one, but also I'm just not prepared.
Piercing roar.
I wonder how extra this one is. It could be like... I didn't even pay attention to what the level was. But if it's like level 30, then there's like stuff to come back to do here. And maybe the monkey isn't that case. Maybe we actually get items. I don't know where anything is in this. It has been a while. What did we do last time? We
Finally.
what was his name? Ulzebek?
If only we could have flown.
That's,
I don't
that's a
remember.
city. That's the city. The Renin trader. No, the Renin rebel? It's hard to say because this is technically a Renin government.
Looks like we get to sleep with a roof over
Yeah,
our
the
head.
guy who didn't like people not being slaves.
The guy with the really cool invisible Zoogle that was a really fun fight. Unlike other fights. Like the one against Dohealim that was so difficult that my computer... No, the game crashed trying to fight it.
Yeah, that fight just looked painful watching you play it.
I mean, it's like I said back in Fantasia, like, learning a battle is a part of these games, but
Yeah, like that stupid ass bat fight I did today in Vispy.
yeah. But usually, like, there's learning, it's not just... I did learn fighting against Dohalim. It was a matter of learning how to not get blasted by his charge attack. But it feels, regardless, too much like it's
Did
just
we really
chipping
just spend
away.
that much money?
Oh, Kisara. You're the frugal one, aren't you? Like, it's the amount of chip damage that I have to do to finish off any of these boards is what's ridiculous to me. Like, Ganabelt got 2 indignations off on me, and Dohalim just kept spamming Be Natural. And it just feels like I'm not leveled enough, but like, what else was I going to
I wonder
do?
what we'll find out there this time.
Yeah.
Most likely Zoogles, I would reckon. I mean, other than them.
Alright, so we have actual, like, items. Going to have Xion in party for this. In fact, we're gonna have 2... I'm gonna have just, like, all of the adults in the party once I remember how to do that. Hey. There we go. And apparently I'm Rinma on the map now. I don't know how I keep doing that. I mean, I do, but I don't know why I keep doing that.
It might just be because I'm watching you through a Discord thing, but the game seems really laggy.
It's laggy?
How's it
Okay.
on your
Looks
end?
like trouble.
It's totally fine on my end, but I know
Okay.
how to make that be less of a jerk, because Discord's just really inefficient with the way it does streaming. So if I have it on 30 frames per second and 720p, it's like takes 3 times the effort that Twitch does,
Yeah.
or OBS rather. So it should work better now. It should just be
Quite.
at a lower frame
I
rate.
doubt we'd fare well against it.
Yeah.
Make a quick save. And what level this thing is? 25? This should be fine.
Right, here goes! You're mine!
So the difference I had in setup
Even natural?
is the A button is now attack, like any other Nintendo-based Tales game.
It's too much! Here I come!
And now what used to be attack is dodge.
Actually,
So now, if I'm going to accidentally
More doing.
hit that, at least I'm dodging.
Rotating pile driver!
Tiger blade.
Armor won't save you!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
That interrupter?
Resuscitate. This one's mine.
And now I just don't have a jump.
Annihilation.
You're mine!
Mega ray.
You're finished!
Searing flame. Reload. Take this.
Win!
Tiger
So
blade.
I am partially learning again, I feel like.
Rising Phoenix!
Here's a healing art. This one's mine.
Whatever. Here I come! Elusive
Oh.
deity!
Will this
Different targets, huh? Look how much more HP this thing is losing.
going in?
Yeah.
Become a pattern.
For the good of all of us.
Is it now? Several elusive deity! Rotating pile driver! In a bind! Here I come! You're fit!
Going in. Healing circle. I can handle it.
Elusive
Oh, the music is still struggling.
Burn up.
Bloody dirt!
Is it, or is it just quiet now because of how I reset it?
Right.
Oh.
Annihilation.
I don't know, actually.
No, it's cutting out.
Try harder! Heal!
How do you like being
here I go.
pounded into shape?
Severing wind!
Go for it,
Piercing
Sarah.
Longo! Ah!
Sighted. It's over. I never miss.
Benediction light. I'm not feeling so great.
There. Appreciate the getting started.
Look shot!
I think it's just quieter, but also maybe at that point it was.
Blade!
Right now it's not.
This one's mine.
It's just weak.
Healing tiger blade.
Thanks.
Honestly, aside from
Deity!
this is a not as good version of the Hesperia song, if you ask me. Aside from the normal
Look sharp.
battle theme, which is not the typical battle theme.
Now, while it's reeling.
Take it
I
down.
can barely remember anything from this.
Take it. You're mine.
Resonate
Oh,
with the
yeah.
earth. You're finished.
I'm gone.
Stalagmite. Severing wing.
Forward up. This one's mine. Not on my watch.
Heal.
Take away. Annihilation.
Severing wing.
Time to
Shut up.
shine. This one's
Now you
mine.
see what I can
Here,
do.
let me have. Where are you going? This
Elusive
one's
deity.
mine.
No.
I probably should have canceled Shion's healing there.
This is my fault.
As long as she's using physical attacks.
Rotating
Healing art.
I've used too much.
Take
Wind. Elusive deity.
away.
Begin. Rising phoenix.
Water.
Rotating fire.
Lightning. I'm gone.
I'm gonna just use a treat. Cause like that's how I figured out how. Oh, I only have heavy treats though. Whatever.
This should do it.
Because that's part of the thing that made me able to also win against Gohan. I was preemptively using my items to serve CP.
Try harder. Wind. Can you take it?
Go for it. Prepare to crumble. Searing flame. This one's
Hey, that didn't take 7 years to load like last time.
No,
What was
it
up with
didn't.
that?
In a bind. Wind.
So this, I guess this is the setup I need, because it could have just been my computer was really weird that day.
Burn.
I don't know if I want to try it, test it further than just, I might just go with this.
Rising
And just like that, I'm back in it. Start by holding the front line. No sooner said than done.
The fluidity of your movement is simply incredible.
I never miss.
Here I come.
Oh, she's distracted.
It's weakened.
This should do it. This ends now. Armor won't save you.
Annihilation. Tiger blade. Downfall. Don't mind if I do. I'm out of
Swallow
ammo.
blade.
What is this angle?
I'm all stocked up.
Oh, Halim, what happened to you?
This one's mine. Reload.
Rising phoenix. Take this.
Going in.
Wind.
Downfall. Flaming meteor.
You're mine.
It looks like we made a mess.
Severed.
Good dodge. I pressed the wrong button. I don't think I'm enough.
I owe you one.
Oh, because we're out of CP. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, now that I'm on mic, I really don't like this CP system.
It's
This should do it.
not efficient. The reason the chain
This it.
system works in other games is because it just gets rid of the TP feature. Otherwise, you're way too limited with all these things.
I feel.
I'll bring you back from death
I'll
to day.
face you.
Piercing roar. No chance. No
Ooh, perfect guard.
Not done yet.
Down. You're
Resonate with the
Where you
earth.
going?
Stalagmite.
You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
not like this.
Good job.
Couldn't make it in time. Rising resonate with the earth. Now you see what I can do. Stalagmite.
Guess Alphin's awake.
I wonder if any of these fights would feel better if any of your spells or anything did damage over time.
Swallow blade.
There are poison arts, I just haven't learned them.
Oh,
Deity.
What time to shine?
Rising
I also don't know how often it would work.
can't move.
I'm all stocked up.
I found that usually
I never miss.
those work best in
Elusive deity.
turn-based situations.
It looks like we made a mess.
Looks like we made a mess.
This should do it. Pile driver. The earth throbs in
That move.
severing wind. Here comes the big one.
I also need to stop using these.
Not like this.
Phoenix.
Pay for that. Can't get out of this.
I have to train harder.
Try harder. Now.
Here goes.
Shion, what happened to you?
Magna ray.
I don't have time to heal her.
On guard. One more.
I'll face you. Burn.
Flaming meteor.
Nothing gets by me.
Elusive deity. Rotating pile driver. Here I come.
Denied.
Not in your dreams.
My head's spinning just
carve
watching
through
you.
armor.
Resonate.
Hmm.
The earth.
What?
We still have a healer. As long as...
Piercing
Wind.
ball.
Benediction light. Here I come. Heal.
On guard. Take this. This one's mine.
Try harder.
There we go.
Not a chance. Tempest. Elusive
I
deity.
need to stop using those. It's just so natural with the way this battle system works.
This
Yeah.
one's mine.
Benediction light. Wind.
On guard.
You're my try harder. My turn. Wind. Stardust.
That's I need to stop using that.
Let's try.
Swallow
And use
blade.
B at all because I
One more.
condition myself to not
today.
use that button because it's jump and it's useless.
Dragon swarm.
Where I have Dragon Swarm
Now you're
though.
getting serious.
I'm not. Does it hurt? Tempest.
Going in.
Here I come.
Wits about you people.
Now
Armor won't save you.
Don't mind if I do.
That was a wind punch.
Elusive deity. Rotating pile driver. Benediction light.
I'm ready.
Heal.
Their arts were interrupted. All
Wind.
healed.
Hurricane. Tanic. Can't move.
Ow.
Resonate with the earth. I'm ready.
Meteor. Law. I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life.
It was brutal, but it worked.
Yay! You defeated the Xenoblade
This should make for
boss.
some good weapon crafting material.
That is.
I mean, it looks very close to a lot of the monkey designs in Xenoblade.
This running out of ideas. Or Abyss. Or Eyes running out of ideas. Tails. They are. I really like. This game kind of feels like that, doesn't it?
It does.
And I can only say this for sure because I was playing Luminaria. I was waxing about this the other night. Because it had such strong character interactions in that.
Yeah, Luminaria just got hurt because it was a mobile game. Like most things.
I think it's deeper than that. I think it's that, it was a mobile game that didn't try to be a mobile game. Like, you could purchase stuff, but that wasn't,
Yeah.
like, the focus.
Yeah, because what it...
Horse meat, excuse me?
Oh no! No, no, no! No!
What is this, Skyrim? Can I just, like, raise a bunch of chickens and leave them here until I
Yeah.
need meat? They're gonna live a happy life.
Yep.
Unbelievable. What were you saying?
I don't remember! I got distracted by the horse meat!
Well, because, like, the thing about Luminaria is you had all of the 21 characters you could play as from the start, and you just had to wait for their chapter to come out to focus play on them. You could play on them and other things. And all of the gacha-esque stuff was for more equipment and more costumes. So there wasn't a lot of incentive to, like, go buy stuff, and they certainly did not shove that in your face. This was not Kingdom Hearts Union Cross.
I think it's safe to rest here now.
And I think that's part of it. Like, it was just new enough and actually super ambitious. It's still one of the best feeling
Looks like
mobile
we get
games to
to sleep with a
play
roof over our head.
that I've ever played in terms of just, like, regular gameplay, even though it had a lot of things that I had issues with if I were trying to compare it to a real Tales game.
Yeah, I mean, I only play it for a bit because I'm awful with keeping on top of mobile games. I'm not playing any right now.
This shall suffice.
I mean, that was
Please,
part of my
everyone,
issue,
have as
too.
much as you like.
I got through, like, a third of the chapters because, oh boy, it's a mobile game. I have to remember to play it.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of just upsetting how ambitious it was and how it didn't even get 2 chapters for every character before it died.
No, and there's like a 1-episode anime of it too.
They did an
Maybe
anime?
3. Yes. There's an anime of Luminaria. I think
I
it
wonder
only
if something
covers like the 3 main characters. That I think it's like 3. It's very short. I think there was supposed to be more, and then the mobile game crashed and burned, so they didn't get any.
Huh. I I can't imagine what that would have been like. This is bad. What am I going to do about that Zoogle?
Hmm?
Is something bothering you? Look, oh, not another Zoogle.
Oh, you want me to do reading? I can do reading.
I've got it. Unless you want to.
Okay.
You want to pick a character?
Yeah, I'll be Runewall,
Okay.
if they say anything.
Is something bothering you, Lagil? I heard you mentioned something about a Zoogle. Oh, sorry. You see, actually, never mind. It's nothing. It sure doesn't sound like nothing to me. Did a dangerous Zoogle appear somewhere? You need it gone. I'll handle it. Oh, the person I need to find was back outside the farms. I didn't ask you to do that. You sure got enough on your plate as it is, I'm sure. Leave Menancia's affairs to us. I have to learn how to get by without Miguel to depend on these days anyway.
Right.
But I want to make sure this realm stays safe just as much as you do. So if you're having problems, say something.
Excuse me!
I just told you we could handle it ourselves. Where do you doubt our ability to look after ourselves? That's not what I...
Well...
It's okay, Legal. Really, we found our fair share of Zoogles, you know? Why don't you tell us what's going on at least?
Okay then. Giant Zoogle showed up by Treslilda Highway. What else is new? And it's making a big mess out of all the fields and buildings along there. It's like a wild hog. Only it manages to break through any walls and fences that get in its way.
Gonna get boar drifting?
Oh boy.
When you say hog, do you mean one of those boar Zoogles? I'd figure a stone wall would be enough to keep it at bay.
Think that, but enormous. That won't work on this fella. We're talking about something the size of a hut.
Really?
That big?
Yes, that's why I've been struggling to come up with a way to stop it. You have someone with a
This is good.
massive shield right here.
Yeah,
Good.
we gotta do some tactical boar drifting. Let's go.
If we're dealing with something that bad, you should let me go after it. I've got my shield here after all.
What the?
What? I don't know. That's such a...
Seriously?
I don't know if that's gonna pose a threat to a Zoogle the size of a hut.
All right.
I'll make it work somehow. I'm determined to do what I can to protect the realm. You said Treslilda Highway, right? We'll be back. Boarish boar. I don't think I'm gonna go after that yet. I kind of want to continue down the next area, but I do want to collect the reward for the one I just did. I forgot about. When I think, so like when I think about Tales animes, I struggle between the Fantasia one, which was way too
Okay,
abridged to be
off
of
we
any
go.
merit, and the
I
Abyss
still
one,
haven't watched that one.
which was actually pretty good. It only cut out like a good handful of things. It probably didn't.
Yeah.
I could just recap it real quick. And there definitely was a lot going on in the Luminaria chapters, and I don't know. I guess I'll try to find it and see what it covers.
Yeah, sure. I can look it up right now. Hold on, because I'm not playing.
Is there a Zoogle gone now, my lord?
Good.
That's definitely not what she just said, whatever I said. It is. It proved to be a formidable foe, but formidable, okay. But I'm pleased to report that it is no more. That's right, Dohalim here put it in its place. Actually, you did. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said 3 episodes. It's only 2 episodes.
Okay. You really got rid of it, my lord? Yes, indeed. We also removed the Zoogles in the surrounding area. That should hopefully allow you to get back to your work in peace. Wow, thank you so much. Wait, your face. My lord, did you get hurt in the fight? Fret not. This is a small price to pay on my part if it means that my people are relieved of that which ails them. My lord, I don't even know what to say. I shall work even harder than ever in the fields to repay you such kindness. You needn't do more than you already are. If anything else troubles you, please do not hesitate to call on the palace for assistance. Yes, my lord. Thank you.
Really now.
I've got a feeling you're going to have a long line of people waiting to see you once we're back in Vicent. Like the main story with Leo, Hugo, and Celia.
Yeah, I think that's what these 2 episodes cover.
You had whatever that intro was, which I don't even remember what that was about because it was so much an intro. And then you had Celia and Michelle teaming up for the night entrance exam, where they wrecked Hugo and Leo's everything. I can give them resurrection. And then you have the part where Hugo sides with the Empire instead, and they have a falling out. And the way I experienced that ending was, at the moment the servers went down for that game, Leo Mystic Guarded me. I missed the guard on it as Hugo, and I got destroyed, and was given the message, and they were never heard from again, as the servers went down.
That's strangely fitting.
It's way too fitting. I hope it's not actually true. I really want them to take what they started and make an actual Tales game out of it. Even if it's just focusing on the adventurer party. And that's the thing, you have the 5 adventurers, which have a great dynamic between them so far, the 2 groups that there were. And then you have 7. No, that wouldn't math out correctly. 8 of each characters for the Federation and the Empire. Where did I get all this SP from? Even if they just focused on the adventurers and then checked in on the others real quick, that would work so good. And I've started talking about this with the intent to be like, here's what the game is about. But where it came from, because I was thinking about these character interactions, is comparing what's in that to what's in this, because these have not been that strong, in the sense that all of the good stuff is missable. It's something that was pointed out to me. Like, the main story interactions are pretty straightforward, and if you want to get like that good Alphen Law interactions, you need to stay at camps, you need to do skits, you need to do all that stuff. You do side quests. I guess is hopefully intended.
Yeah.
There was like a lack of side quests at all in like Exilia and Exilia 2. Well, not Exilia 2, that was actually had a whole like sideline of things. I didn't play it, but
I have this. Should I go over what my history with Tales is?
if you want, yeah, sure.
Okay, well, it's not much, because I'm bad at playing video games.
Ooh.
But, I mean, I've gotten halfway through Symphonia, and one day I hope to beat it, because I really do like that game.
Again, I spoiled the entire thing, and it's like, oh man, I want to replay that. That's how enjoyable it is.
Yeah, it's just every time I've tried to, like, because then I'll be like, well, I was only so far, I'll just restart because I don't remember where I was. Every time I've tried to go through Symphonia, my life has had a major change.
Well,
And I'm like, I gotta do other things.
yeah, you got collated multiple times.
Yes. But I beat Tales of Abyss, which you were kind of there for me yelling at you through Discord while I was also in culinary school. I beat Abyss, and I really like that game.
Stay calm. I shall
And I'm currently working through Vesperia on the Switch version. And I've kind of started Graces, but then I got distracted by other things, so I'm still in the prologue of that one.
No time to hold back.
Oh, you're still at... Right, you were still at the children part.
I'm still children in that game. And then I played a bit of Luminaria whenever it was around, and I played a bit of Christoria before it shut down. But like those two are mobile games, and like I said, I'm bad at keeping up at mobile games.
Consider
And I'm not the biggest fan of touch controls. So I'm also like,
I don't think I even mentioned Questoria here because I, like,
Well, looky here.
didn't like it. Just flat out, I didn't like it. It was like...
Yeah, I think I liked it more than you.
Yeah,
There's something
but
in
like...
the water.
Ooh, actual cutscene? Cool. Am
Fishing.
I gonna get fishing?
I didn't realize there was a pond here.
Yeah, this is Taka Pond. And it happened to have saved my life once upon a time.
What do you mean?
As a kid, I survived life under the past lords by escaping here when I needed to. It's terrible to swim in, but great for catching a bite for dinner away from Renin eyes.
Bear in mind, our rations back then weren't enough to live off of. You had to take matters into your own hands if you wanted enough food to survive.
But how did you catch them? With your bare hands?
That might take a while. Fish are prone to swim away at the first sign of trouble.
I'd put bait or a lure on a line and use it with a fishing rod.
You must not be familiar with fishing if this sounds new to you. Here, let me show you how it's done.
Boy.
Oh, we got fishing. Let's see how bad it is.
We just needed Kisara.
You're still not done fishing yet? Boring.
Shut
You
up,
need
Law!
Patience to fish. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, this music.
Wait, do I have that button?
Oh no.
Oh my goodness, it's Sega Bass Fishing, but with QuickTime events.
Oh.
But except the fish has HP, and once you clear the
Well,
HP...
that wasn't much of a challenge.
You
That's
sure know what you're
unique.
doing.
Huh.
And in bass. Alright, we have to check what's in the bubbles.
Yeah. And then, yeah, unplayed, I also have Zillia and Zillia 2 because I bought them
Could it
whenever
be?
they were dirt cheap and GameStop was still selling PS3 games. And I have this game, I have a Rise, and I haven't touched it. Oh, and I have Vesperia and Zeteria. And I started Zeteria. Actually, that was the first game. That was
What is-
technically actually
Wait,
my
what's
first.
Zeteria? I don't recognize that.
The one with Sori. What's the
Anybody
one
could
with
reel
Sori?
in that.
You sure know
Oh,
what you're doing.
Zesteria.
Zeteria, yeah.
Zesty, as we call it.
Zesty, yeah, I call it Zesty.
Zesty and Vespi.
That was the first. That was actually my first Tales game, and I
And
haven't
that's
beat
all
that
there
one
is to
either.
it.
I
Wow.
gifted you Berseria,
It
right?
seems
We
like
had
you
a
need to have good
gift off on
reflexes to
that.
catch anything. I don't know if it's really for me.
No, I thought I bought that one also whenever GameStop had a
Kisara?
huge sale on
I
PS3
think
games.
I've seen enough.
I thought you had it on Steam.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm just in
Maybe
my own
I have
little
2
world
copies
when
of
I
it.
go
Oh no.
fishing.
No.
Looks like we're going to be here for a while.
That's how fishing goes. You wait for a bite, and then the real battle begins.
Miguel told me that different fish live in different regions, and you have to pick the right rod and lure for what you're hoping to catch.
But that doesn't change the fact it's a giant time sink.
Of course, each fish has its own unique flavor, too. And some of them are supposed to be extremely delicious.
When you put it like that, maybe it's worth me trying my hand at fishing after all.
You're just in it for the food.
I was hoping we'd get to fish during our travels. And it just so happens I made sure to grab my brother's old rod before I left Vicente. So, if you ever feel like fishing when we've got a little downtime, just let me know.
Good to hear. Thanks for showing us.
I think now it would be Alphen.
Okay.
Hello. Hey, you look like you know your way with a rod. I've been fishing a long time. I've built up a good collection of equipment for it. I'll share it with you if you're interested. I just want one thing in exchange. All I ask is for you to show me records of any fish you catch. The more you catch, the more equipment I'll hook you up with. If you need anything, I'm always here. Don't be afraid to come and talk to me. Huh. Where did he come from?
He's just chilling.
Quest complete. Fish. Back here again. How do I get back here again? Alright, so I lost the plot entirely because of fishing. I think there's a cutscene right. Oh no. It's a Renan soldier that we were healing. That's interesting. Ooh, you're a lifesaver. Now I can get back to my miss... Sorry, forget I spoke. Carry on, don't mind me.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can do.
Just doing my job. No.
Oops.
Hey.
Okay. I was worried something was
Is it
glitching.
just
Yes, so
me,
was I!
Or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with
I don't know,
Mahag,
they've been doing a
is
lot
it
of
really
talking
any
in side
wonder?
quests.
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
Also called being polite, Rim. Wow. I know that these are
Yeah.
random, but come on. That's another thing. I don't know if I really like these characters that
Why are you
much.
looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed.
Like, cut out the
especially
entire
with that
back.
open back.
There we go.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Oh, right. Different buttons in the
I've
campaign.
noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you, and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Like, Kisara is cool so far, but it's really weird to me that Law is distinctly my favorite so far.
I mean, he is the punch boy.
Punch Boy. Did we get to talk to Dohalim yet? I don't think we did.
Dohalim, care if I hang out for a while? You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself. When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way. We'd best get ready for tomorrow.
Elfin is like weirdly socially smart. And I would say like except for with Xion, but Xion's
Shall
just
we
that
get moving?
difficult. Like I should clarify that like
Something
the character
feels odd
interaction
Be on your
isn't
guard.
bad. And like it's definitely even better when hurts. Definitely even better with the skits. There's just a high bar when it comes to Tales games usually,
Yeah.
You picked the wrong fight. No further.
which is
And like
probably
so far, I'm like, these ones are fine, but like, they're not Luke or Colette.
yeah. I mean, like we got our guy in a situation at least, so there's that. Well, what am I even doing?
Make it rain.
Uh-oh.
Go for it. Prepare to crumble. Think we overdid it?
I think we didn't do enough.
Now I can let loose.
Why'd you heal me?
To stop you dying?
Okay.
Going in. Here I come. Wait.
Can you take it?
Xion. Go for it.
I don't know why it keeps doing this to me.
This should make for some good weapon crafting material.
And I think Luminaria really lived up to that standard. I was so ready to see what those kids were gonna do. This is a pain. Why can't this Zoogle still stand? What?
All right.
Perhaps it's time to deploy my secret weapon. I'll stop it right where it stands. Oh, we got a tutorial again.
Haven't you been using that, though?
I have, but it hasn't been doing anything. He's just
Oh,
been
okay.
doing a flying kick or something.
There's nowhere to run from my heart.
When he slows down, that's our chance.
It's like trying to keep up with a wall.
Oh no, it has been having an effect. That's why the monkey was green.
Severing no further. Here's your mine. Rising.
I didn't even realize that.
Take this.
That's it! Tiger Blade!
Dragon swarm. You're finished. No further.
This
Dragon
one's
swarm.
mine.
My AG, AG, is that what they call it? My combo bar has gotten really big. Without me realizing it.
Dragon form! Can't get out of this!
These things are taking a lot to defeat.
It's over! That's it! You're mine! There! Elusive deity! Now or never!
I think I actually can't, like, tell the part of Luminaria's story that I would want to recap because there just wasn't enough of it yet. Like, the adventure. Why am I Shion?
Anything in armor is all mine.
Like, I gave the brief. I gave a briefness about Leo, Hugo, and Celia, but I also did not, like, give context for the place yet.
Don't tip your hand,
Which I don't...
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Danon relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, one can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Danon history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
What? Crocodile Crusher. We have artifacts now. Excuse me? Additional
What?
arcs? At this point in the game? This is too late in the game.
Yeah.
This is exactly how I thought it should work, too. Also, I realized the backgrounds in those skits were, like, extremely pixelized suddenly. Oh boy. Well, I mean, that makes Shion playable. Because now I can have both attacks and healing arts.
Yeah, congratulations, Shion, you're off the bench.
I mean, she was never off the bench, it's just now I can actually control her and have it not suck. Spread? Sure.
I sense a strange power from this.
I can feel my precision improving.
Okay. Alright, I need to... Where are we? Something I did realize that Luminaria didn't do was have the named attacks that you yell out, because the move pool was much more limited per character.
Mm-hmm.
Though Michelle had some really interesting healing between her charges. Well, it's not even all healing, it's just like she had the attack ones. Like a sort of a monster-based healing circle. Eternal devastation. What I'll do here, I'll make these all Mirage so I have a way to get back down if I need to. That's tactical.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen. I just noticed none of you other Danans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Danan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
That's the first time they addressed Rumwell and Law about that, which I expected that for Law. I was gonna say that probably part of the reason Law is one of my favorite is you can definitely tell that he's Zephyr's son, and Zephyr is very good. This is the dead end. Go this way.
I'll clear the way through. I've got your back.
Tempestuous Mass. That's a word.
No further.
Take on guard. It's over. That's it.
Here I come. Leave the agile ones to me.
I'll smash you!
Going in.
Pesky airborne scoundrel.
Sounds like a job for you truly.
Hook shot.
Far enough. Glacial spear. Here's evil.
Begin.
This.
Rotating fire.
Unsearing tempest. And
Ignite. I'll take you all off.
Leave the enemy's arc to me.
let's give it a whirl.
No complaints here!
That's a whirl.
This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
See you continue on in that vein.
Let's see some Mystic Art action.
Something you wanted to say? Here, Tiger Blade!
It's really not.
Little ones are hardly worth our time.
Maybe it changed and I don't remember how it
Your heart
was.
is intense. You're feistier than you look.
Oh, it's
Can't
two
change the
arts
future
together,
without
isn't
getting
it?
your hands dirty.
I'm doing art and attack.
I still got a ways to go.
I think I lost all the trains of thought.
I have a bad feeling about this. This one's mine. Take this! This will do with airborne targets. I never miss.
Win! Take this!
Flying freak!
Glacial
Can
No
they just sit
further.
still?
Sion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Burn!
Don't mind if I do.
Stalagmite!
Do it, Hikara! I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop
Did-
your life!
Sighted.
Alright, that sounded like it was Kisara that said Kisara. Not lol.
Stalagmite!
It's over. I can handle it.
Take this! Swallow blade!
Flaming meteor!
Stay calm. I shall provide assistance.
They're targeting this thing now.
Severing wind!
One more.
Take
Tiger blood, make it rain.
This is new.
Blow them away!
Glacial spear. Pierce
My
evil.
turn.
This one's mine. Any injuries?
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
Brace yourselves! This one's tough!
I'm only getting started.
Right, so the Jarl Federation.
Tiger blade. It's over.
That was one of the factions in Luminaria.
It's a duel of the arts.
It's where Leo, Celia, Michelle, several other ones,
We'll soon see
as
about
well as Hugo initially, were.
Severing wind!
I think, if I think about it,
I shall ensure you survive.
Hugo was part of the Empire for the actual story selection.
this one's mine.
Because the way the chapters worked, it was very... there was a timeline that you could reference because they were presented not chronologically.
Can't change the future without getting your hands dirty.
I'm ready!
What were the other ones? Yelsi was a Lancer.
No more!
Yeah.
I should
Then there was.
You should start saying what weapons that the others use. Leo has a katana. Hugo has a great sword. Celia has a bow. I think I mentioned I did. Actually, distinctly forgot to mention it on stream that I based Star's image on her pose. And Michelle was a healer with a staff.
And had a staff, yeah.
I've been doing really great lately.
Who else do we have? I remembered Yelsi because she's a fun time.
Yeah. Then there's what? Lisette? Was that the dual-wielding dagger? one?
Lisette. Yeah, she was the teacher with the... Did she have
Oh,
daggers? She had
no,
guns,
that's
right?
the no. There, no. She had guns. But there was one who used daggers.
We're in for a long slog with this one.
Trying to find a good reference for these characters, which is almost always impossible.
I don't remember her name, but I remember her. She was with the purple hair and the glasses.
Yeah, that was. Hold on, these aren't in order. But that was Vanessa.
Vanessa.
That's my cue.
Yeah, because she was always around. What? Maxim?
No, Maxim was Yelsi's partner.
Power never ceases to
Oh, with Lucian.
Lucian, right, named after your OC.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if it was Lucius or what.
Going pretty hard and get toasty.
And they also used a sword.
Yeah, they had a sword that was like
A
a
comfortable
wind
win.
gun. I think I actually never got to play any of Lucian's
This one's tough, but we have no choice.
stories, but I think, if I recall, all of his attacks were
You're finished!
projectile wind magic.
Lunarongo! Rising
Yeah, I didn't play him either.
Swarm!
I'll heal you all.
You're
I
mine!
did play Vanessa.
It's over!
But I did.
Tried,
She was fine.
I tried really hard to get the chapter 1s down. I did not get anywhere near that with the Empire.
See, I did the opposite of you. I just played
valuable as I think it
tried to
is?
play the characters that I liked.
Well, I did
Before I knew
too.
I was gonna fall off.
Which is why I did the... I'll think of her name.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Danon, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Danons in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Danons in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
You're slowly uncovering the concept of an economy.
Yeah.
Slowly.
We're gonna get there.
I feel like the character I'm trying to think of, her name was started with an L. She was the... She had the really big sword thrust for the Empire. She
Well, the one
really...
that started with an L was Lapras, and they used the bow. They were like the sexy spider lady.
Yeah, I definitely mean her. The one I'm thinking of had blonde hair and loved food, and that's why she and Leo got along in the one chapter.
Wait, are you thinking about Alexandria?
Alexandria. Yeah, there was
Also
an
known
there
as
was
the
an
White Wolf.
there was almost an L there. So yeah, I played through her stuff for sure.
Scarlet Inferno! Now!
Okay, remembered how to do Mr. Darks.
Yeah, and the puppet
Severing Wind! Rising Phoenix!
Impressive, Johaleen. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Or so they say.
People say that?
Eat dirt!
Make it rain!
Johaleen! In an instant! Impact Rock! We work well together.
Like a finely timed waltz.
Here I come!
Going in!
Take it! Use the deity!
Actually, you could probably start talking about the adventures and the Empire together, because
Yeah, there was some large...
didn't even
it
bring
was
us
it was
around.
Augustus who usurped the Emperor off the
This
throne,
might be some decent
and Anna Maria
equipment.
was the princess of the Emperor.
Anything that makes battles easier is
So
okay
she
by me.
came into hiding as a result of needing to... She became an adventuress, needing to like go into hiding from that. You would not guess it by her demeanor. She's very excited to go on this journey.
Mm-hmm.
What was her manservant brother type thing?
Charles.
What was his name?
Charles.
Charles. Right. Little man named Charles. Yeah, this thing where Anna Maria was the adventure party's awful cook. And anytime she tried to make curry, it became poison. And Charles was the only one who gained any benefits from it because he was so obsessed with her.
Yeah. Did that ever get cleared up before the game ended?
What? Who Charles is?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, that was probably going to be like chapter 12 out of the adventure. Where am I going? I went this way and I got turned around. And then it was Raoul was the archaeologist slash treasure hunter that they ran into.
Yeah. Yeah,
More
and he
Danon
used
ruins
a
here too,
spear.
I see.
Yeah, he was another.
What were people even
like
thinking back then? Trying
there
to
was
build anything around
at least
here.
2 of
Look,
each
maybe
weapon
they just
type
had
between
that
all
much
these
Yeah.
characters.
energy on their hands.
Yeah, because Charles also used the staff.
He had this weird thing where like he made little
like
sentinel
drones.
things.
this?
Yeah, I liked playing as Charles.
Yeah, that was
'cause I
interesting.
also-
They had interesting concepts going on.
Yeah, because Anna
This one
Marie
will be
also
difficult
used
to predict.
basically a sword. Did they count it as a katana or a
It was
sword?
katana. It was similar to Leo, but she had definitely a different movement style.
Yeah.
You're mine! It's over! It's time!
This one! Here!
Well, it's just always in the art. Her sword has a hook to it. So like, my brain's like, that's not a katana.
Here goes!
Come and face me!
It is funny that they separate katanas and swords, though. Hugo was a great sword with guarding abilities. He was the only character with a guard ability, and that's why he was good. Everybody had a dodge at least, but basically you had the base attack, you had different styles of charge attack, and then you had a side art to work with, if I recall correctly. So it was very much
That extra
a
training paid off.
I sure have built up a sweat with this hike.
Rest assured, when
definitely a
you've reached the
watered
top,
down version
It's all
of
downhill from here. Quite literally.
typical.
So Mahag Saar's just up ahead then?
They're
Indeed.
actually talking.
If you look, across this mountain is the Lord's Keep.
What's this place here? Some kind of old house?
I don't know about that.
I think I went the wrong way. I was so preoccupied dealing with the Zugo, I slipped and fell. Make sure you don't make the same mistake as me. Right, so I made them stop talking by accident, and I think I went the wrong way. This is the right way. No, this is the wrong way. Shoot, what were we talking about? What was I saying when I decided, oh no, I'm talking over them?
We were just still talking about Luminaria characters.
Yeah, but specifically, what was I saying?
Oh, we had moved on to the difference of swords, and then you started talking about how Hugo's the only one with a defense, and it was a watered down something.
Right, the battle system is sort of a watered down version of this, but it's in a way that it doesn't need like distinct on-screen controller like Tales of the Rays does, and doesn't need to be turn-based. And it worked. It was at least a creative way to do it, I would say. Tales of the Rays is full turn-based, or full battle arena style linear motion battle system. The neat thing about Luminaria was that there was no battle arena, you just kept going through and running into enemies. It actually had like really large maps that you went through that were very atmospheric.
What? Yeah, hold on. Is that the palace?
Probably a palace. Oh, we're going into the mountains because we're going to the wind place, huh? There are several options at this point. This is interesting. It's been a very linear world so far. Like, even in terms of trying to figure out how an overworld map would be, it's been one direction. So... sort of the opposing trio to Leo, Hugo, and Celia before
That big tower over there?
before Hugo defected was Augustus, Alexandria, and Lapis. I don't really know where to go with that. I just remember that from Alexandria's mission. And you had like less, like that was like top of the line, top of the military, and most in control of the Empire. before you had just other cadets that you got to play
the animals
as.
back at the ranch should be all grown up by now.
Yeah, because there's, what, Amelia? No, it would be Emil. They were the other spear user, and
Yeah.
their whole thing was they were clumsy. And also big titties.
Was it Amelia or was it Amelie?
It might be Amelie.
could say,
I can't say names.
She was fun. She was like the kind of character where, kind of like Law, it's like made out to be stupid, but she's actually not that stupid.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm in jails now.
I don't even remember Folk. I'm looking at this list.
I kind of remember. He was a dagger guy, right?
Yeah, he dual wielding daggers.
Like, I only remember him from Amelia's playthrough. Her thing. Shit. Why anymore? Why would I want less defense? Maybe I don't want these. Okay, I want them for some characters. I'll check my equipment real quick. I wonder if I went, like, the completely wrong place. Alright, good. Good, I'm glad I checked. I already had the Stonewing Mantle. Probably shouldn't have bought those life bottles. You can't trick me. That's not a feline, that's a bat.
Yeah.
Very good. I can't not get this if I can afford it. No, I don't think I can get anything else. I get this. The rest of this stuff's expensive. We're talking about higher level stuff. Telling me the bass I caught was only good for selling? There's gotta be some that I can eat. Salmon and carp.
Yeah. Yeah, and those are ones you just caught with your hands at sparkle points. So maybe. I'm debating if I want to make a grilled cheese. I go to bed later.
I would always say yes to a grilled cheese.
I still have some good bread left. So I could.
You don't think elemental advantages make that big a difference in this game? I was considering making a grilled cheese, but like I think I just had cheese and crackers. The other day. Today I just had hummus.
Man, the one grocery store I go to stopped selling the only hummus I like because it was a buffalo chicken hummus. And I've been very upset. I'm like, no, that's the only hummus I'll eat.
See, my problem is I've stopped liking roasted red pepper hummus, which is what everybody else likes and obtains.
Yeah.
Primarily. I just want that good garlicky hummus. Or roasted pine nuts really good.
See, I don't like pine nuts because I don't like pesto. So,
Well, there's your first problem. You don't like pesto.
yeah.
My Italian heart is broken.
I know, I'm sorry. It's fine. It's just a leftover from having to work the sandwich place back at our college and everyone wanting pesto, so I started to hate the smell.
You know, that's fair too. The pesto there wasn't like most of those dining commons where pesto wasn't even that good. I got very tired of it very quick. You like basil?
Basil? Just not in its wet form.
Well, it didn't give me an option to not eat my chickens.
Aww.
I'm gonna stop with that.
I always love the sound of hammers banging away.
I feel like I'm in a completely extra area right now.
There are still so many creatures we don't know about.
Have you been writing stuff down about what we fight?
Yep. It's actually pretty fun to observe them from afar.
Remember how I didn't use a single spectacle the entirety of Fantasia until I guess maybe Douse? I don't remember if I did that.
No, I'm pretty sure you did.
And here we just have Rimwell doing it for us, I guess. Make kebabs. Do I make kebabs yet? A lot of porridge. Make a lot of pork buns. Cheese fondue. I forgot I got that.
This should definitely keep you guys full.
You okay, Shion? You're not eating very much.
What's wrong? Do you not like the cheese fondue that you made?
Yeah, I'm used to seeing you more excited about food.
You're not feeling sick, are you?
No, I'm fine. It's nothing like that. It's
I'm lactose
just...
intolerant.
What?
I guess I just don't understand what the appeal is. We could just as easily put everything on a plate and pour the cheese on top of it instead.
I suppose it lies in being able to decide exactly how much cheese you want. There's also something to be said for enjoying how it all turns out. It's fun.
That's fine and all, but I wish the plate-to-mouth time was shorter.
I think I understand. You don't like having to put in so much effort into eating something, do you?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Actually, now that I think about it, you're a way less fussy eater than you look, Shion.
In my book, there's no one right way to eat a meal. Tuck in, take your time, be dainty or devouring. As long as you enjoy the food, that's what counts.
There's no need to stand on ceremony while we're out camping in the wilderness.
Yeah, you're right. In that case, don't mind if I do.
She took the entire...
I've never seen someone dump that much cheese on a meal before.
And then Shion invented nachos.
Yeah.
Mind if I join you, Law?
Oh, hey, Alphen. What's up?
Nothing. I was just surprised to see you weren't training for once. Got a stomach ache or something?
You know I don't literally train around the clock, right?
Could have fooled me.
Take breaks.
Do you? It seems like you're training every chance you get.
Well, yeah, it can't be helped if I want to get stronger. Still, it's important to let your muscles rest every now and then. That's what my dad told me anyway.
Zephyr said that?
When I was a little kid, yeah. I would get so excited whenever he came home. I always followed him wherever he went and tried to learn as much from him as I could. He said, it's good to be passionate, but don't overdo it. Just like there are times when you want to take a break from studying, sometimes your body wants to take a break from training too. I was always rushing around and forgetting to rest, so he ended up telling me that a lot.
That definitely sounds like him.
It's nothing to get sad over. Still, I can't help but wonder if that was my dad's way of teaching me the dangers of rushing into things too quickly. Then again, maybe I'm just overthinking things. I wish I'd had more time to talk to him about this kind of stuff. See you guys tomorrow.
I was so worried that Xian was gonna hate cheese for a moment.
I feel
I
pretty
know.
refreshed after that sleep.
I'm okay, guys.
I might have
Not
needed
this
to
way, I
jump.
guess.
I'll try that one more time. I'm gonna leave. Run
Yes,
and
yes.
jump.
Yes,
Not
yes.
this way, I guess.
Hold on. I gotta get a full screen so I can mute myself so I can see. Okay.
I want to see what happens when other characters fall. What happens with Dohlin?
Right now I'm just thinking about fondue.
Me too. Like, I should have been keeping track of that. Law and Xian are still both most on these. I guess I should go back to the party I had before, where Rinmo was instead of Xian. I think they get more XP if they're in battle. Is Fondue in like any other Tales game? Recipes work so differently.
I mean, right now I'm mostly focused on Vesperia, so that's the recipe list I have in my brain. And I can also look at it because my Switch is right here. I don't think there's not fondue in Vespi.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there wasn't. There might have been in Luminaria. That was something that had like a lot of random and unlockable recipes. The thing about that, like, that's another thing. You'd expect that to be like a mission or gacha unlock thing. No, you just like buy it from a shop in a town or talk to the right NPC. Like, it was very natural to Tales style how you got recipes in that game.
It'll take more than that to break my shield.
Dependable to the last.
Mind if I do?
Thanks. Wind!
Going in.
Tear! Take this! Stardust!
Thunder field.
Elusive deity!
Rising Phoenix!
Flying tree! Why can't they just sit still?
Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done.
Now or never. Here I come!
Sleep tight.
I just caught like a frame of Dohlin like ascending upside down.
Yeah, nice technique.
You're mine!
Hold up. Is this as valuable as I think it is?
A keen giraffe rake.
I've got a really bad feeling about this. If it's in the sky, it's mine. Going in. Where are you going?
Resonate with the earth!
One more. Tiger blade.
Not today! Here I
Pesky
come!
airborne scoundrels.
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
I left Task Manager open up this whole time. That was for me to check stuff. Huh, interesting.
We're a pretty lethal combination, aren't
So
we?
when it did
What can I
that,
say? I had a good partner.
it actually wasn't overloading at all. It actually dipped down in its use.
Oh, I'm gonna talk about my job while you're recording. I have to make Oreos
Still
tomorrow.
thinking about how to act
We're gonna
around
sell
Dohlin.
'em.
Oreos?
That obvious, huh?
Yeah, I have
Except
a
I don't think
recipe.
I'll be changing much
So,
after
but we're
all.
gonna make them Halloween
Don't
ones.
get me wrong, I'm not going to stay his servant. However, I am going to treat him like a fellow comrade, the same way I would
If
with
no
you
one
or
buys them,
anyone
I
else.
will take them all with me.
For as long as I can remember, I've spent my
Especially
life
since I have to
protecting
drive
others.
to Ohio.
But isn't that what friends do too? Support and protect one another in times of need?
Which in the end pretty much means doing as you've always done, right? If that's what you're most comfortable with, I'm certainly not going to give you any grief over it.
Actually, I've been thinking about how I ought to act around you all as well.
Oh?
When I set out on this journey, it was to rid Eldaman and Sia of its enemies, and search for wisdom in the outside world. Wisdom that I could potentially put to use on my return. I'm grateful to you all for letting me tag along, but it got me thinking, what am I actually contributing by being here?
What are you talking about? You know how to hold a weapon, don't you? That's helping.
You are a tank.
Is it though? Sometimes I wish there was more I could be doing to pull my...
You taught us how to fish.
Oops, sorry about that. Jeez, I'm famished.
Now that you mention it, what do you guys normally do for food and meals when you're out and about on your travels?
What do you mean, what do we do? We find stuff to eat and eat it. So long as it's meat, I'm not fussy.
Eating what you like can be good for morale in the short term, but you need to think about your diet if you want to stay healthy.
Does that mean eating vegetables too?
Isn't that obvious?
It does, which I guess hasn't been happening up till now.
Yeah, to be honest, we could be eating better than we do.
Understood. In that case, I'll just have to make sure you're all staying healthy and eating right myself. Fortunately, I happen to know a thing or two about cooking as well.
You hear that, Law? Sounds like you'll be eating your greens after all.
What is it?
No, sorry, it's just... I was just wondering if you had any thoughts on all this.
It will do her good to have a project.
No, not Kisara. I meant you. Was there anything you wanted to add?
Me? Certainly you're not looking to me for culinary skill, I hope.
Typical Renan, leaving everything to someone else.
Rinwell, I don't think...
That said, should you need my skills on the battlefield, please rest assured I have no intention of shirking my responsibilities, regardless of who we may face.
I'm sure no one doubts that. Listen, guys, if we're traveling together, we should probably at least try to make an effort to get to know one another, don't you think?
I wouldn't get your expectations too high in that regard. Believe it or not, sometimes I'm not sure I even know myself all that well.
Dang. Guess no one gets to know anybody. I want those mint Oreos again. I'm still on about those. It's too tall to fit in these. Was that also was that supposed to imply that Dohalim is like not good at cooking, because that was not in practice when we cooked with him before. Did you remember?
Let's stop for a minute.
I have that power.
What's up?
Shion has
Aren't you
thorns.
tired?
My armor's pretty heavy. I think I need a little rest.
I second that. All of this walking is starting to take its toll on me as well.
What? You don't look it.
We can't spare the time. There's places we need to be. Mahag Saar's capital, Niez, is our destination right now.
But if one of us collapses, it will only serve to slow us down. And in your case, Alphen is the only one who could carry you. Best to rest while you have the opportunity.
Enough already. I need a break, so we're taking one.
I don't need you fretting over me.
Fretting? Hey, it's not like I'm...
That's a tone shift.
Yeah. Guy.
Sword guy.
Been looking for you.
Hi, Bloodborne guy.
For me? Why?
He reminds me of Leon's villain outfit in Resident Evil 4.
Oh, yeah.
said you were looking for me. Why?
Beautiful, precious life.
What the...
That is all I desire.
Then why are we fighting? Who even are you?
Going in.
Take it. Too much. You're mine.
Over.
Forgive me. This is my
Appreciate it.
Alright, maybe it's a good thing you bought all those life bottles.
Here. This is some punishment. Bastard!
This guy's not normal.
His speed is unbelievable.
Are we supposed to
He even
lose?
surpasses a lord?
Maybe?
I let my guard
You're
down.
barely doing anything, but that's always what it seems to most of the bosses.
Yeah, that's exactly my issue. He's taking about as much damage as Kisara was, but I'm taking more damage than Kisara did to
Don't mind
me.
if I do.
Pathetic.
I don't know, we can
Oh.
find out.
Shion's not
Die.
even in my party, too.
Take care of Poodle.
Finished?
I have to retry.
Nope. Alright, that's... I wonder if it's a just holdout thing.
It's probably going to only go half the battle.
Then why are we
in.
fighting? Who even are you?
Take
You're
this.
mine.
Look sharp.
Take this.
This one's mine. Going in.
Not now. Not now. Who the hell are you?
But, you know, as we've established, I do not like
Guy's
the
not normal.
non-Zoogle boss.
Speed is unbelievable.
Yeah.
You mean he even surpasses a lord?
Forgive me.
Be a little more proactive with who does what.
Try harder. Not a chance. Is this it?
Wow.
Rotating You're helping me has become a pattern.
It's for the good of all of us.
Is it now?
Going in.
Severing wind.
This one's mine.
I'll heal you all.
Pain.
Dragon form.
And like, also these bosses just don't stagger. They just simply
Yeah, I
don't.
noticed that.
Even Douse staggers.
Here.
Going in.
Entertain me.
Dragon swarm.
In a bind?
Annihilate
This one's mine.
Radiant, I never miss.
Flaming Varna.
Take it. Burn.
She started saying flaming something, so when she said far enough, it sounded good to me like she said flaming Florida.
I'm not resonating with the earth.
Here's a healing
Here I
arm.
come.
On guard.
I'm not feeling so great. I'm not
On
done.
guard.
I'll thank you.
This one's
Enjoy.
mine.
Lunarongo! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Which I think. Oh, okay. I just had to Mystic Guard him. Can't believe
Like
Law's
going back to
dead.
Law right now. Yeah. Oh god. Well, Law, it was nice knowing you. You're fucking dead. Rinwell's dead. Where's Hoodle now? Oh! Oh, see, we really have to make sure we know he's a bad guy because he would hurt Hoodle.
Yeah.
Is that all that you've got? Very well. Then die. A wretch like you?
Earth's theme starts playing.
Yeah.
The yells are so weird in this.
Yeah, they are.
Till next time.
Shion, wake up, please!
Alphen?
Shion!
Thanks, but you're kinda crushing me.
Sorry.
It's okay. And so am I.
Maybe Alvin's like half Renin, half Donna. Because that like blue
it's
glow
not
was
as bad as
similar
it
to the
looks.
eye
Not
stuff.
bad. That's... Shion, we thought
I'm
you were...
fine. Really.
What the hell were you thinking?
Well, you were trying to protect me too, you know.
Yeah, but I have the sword. It's different.
It's not different. Besides,
Hmm?
Never mind. It's nothing. Anyway, thank you.
But I didn't... Look, I'm just glad that you're...
Alphen?
Sorry.
That guy said he'd be back. I think maybe we should get moving before he returns, right?
Rinwell has a good point. We need to go. Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Shion, are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I already applied some healing arts to it. It didn't even leave a scar.
But his sword went nearly straight through you.
I'm all right. Unless I've turned into some kind of ghost and I'm haunting you all right now.
No, I know you're not. It's just...
Look, I appreciate you looking out for me, but I'm fine. Really.
There was also that strange light that appeared when Shion was stabbed. It seemed to make the enemy retreat when he saw it. Alphen, do you have any idea what it might have been?
A light? I don't know. I was kind of preoccupied with other things at the time.
Now that I think of it, between that light and the blazing sword, just what sort of person are you, Alphen? Can you use Danon astral arts like Rinwell, perhaps?
He wouldn't know, Dohalim. He doesn't have any memories from his past, remember? Besides, we should really be getting out of here.
I suppose you're right. Forgive me. We've almost reached Nias, the capital of Mahag Saar. With any luck, we'll find a place there for Shion to rest. Hey.
This is definitely the point in time where we're supposed to be considering could Alphen be
Something
not
wrong?
fully Danon.
You look like you're deep in thought.
Not exactly. I was merely thinking about you two and your sense of etiquette.
Oh?
I was supposed to do this before that cutscene.
Indeed. To be quite frank, I find your lack of manners to be nigh intolerable.
That's not being frank, that's being and forget it. Do we really need to talk about this now?
Yes. I find such impropriety on your parts to be deeply
Shion just
unsettling.
almost died.
Concerns me
Dolly.
greatly.
What do you want us to do? We were slaves. We never got to learn how to be proper like you.
Yeah, what he said. Maybe you missed how we were just focused on surviving.
Perhaps, but Kisara here demonstrates that it's quite possible for a Denon to learn proper manners.
That's
Alright,
because I
darling,
was
you
given
kinda
the
suck.
opportunity to learn. Moreover, my duties as a guardsman required it. Not every realm is like Menancia, as you well know.
Yeah, I don't think it's fair to hold us to some other city standards.
Exactly. You've got to remember what it's been like for us living under the Rena elsewhere.
I will concede that you do indeed make a valid point. It would appear, for all my espousing the virtues of equality between our peoples, I was still looking down on the two of you.
You don't need to beat yourself up. I wasn't that offended by what you said, man.
Nevertheless, I shall mind my words from here on out. Having said that, I do believe you two would still benefit from learning the basics of proper society. I would be more than happy to teach you both when we camp out, if you like.
Yeah, no, I'll pass. Acting all prim and proper isn't really my style.
If you say so. How about you, Law? Would you like to learn? Although I suppose my first task is to reform your attitude toward the idea of good etiquette.
You're not gonna let this go, are you?
How are you holding up after that last fight? You're not too hurt, are you?
I'm fine, really. See for yourself.
If things get too tough out there, go ahead and fall back. I can take a beating if I need to.
I'm not here just to stand around and have everyone protect me.
I get that, but there's nothing wrong with admitting you have weaknesses too.
Do I look like I'm just trying to put on a brave face to you?
I can't feel pain. But you still can, can't you?
Look, I appreciate you're trying to look out for me, but even you go down in fights from time to time.
Often,
Please,
actually.
stop trying to babysit me. It's getting old.
It's not that. I just...
They have feelings, and I don't know what they do. Well, this place looks happy.
Oh, Spooky Town.
It looks like there was a party here once.
Yeah.
Are we in the right place? This place looks like a mess.
Yes, this is Niez, the capital of Mahag Saar.
I don't see any signs of people. And the buildings.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like the kind of place people would actually live.
No soldiers, no Danons, not a soul to be seen. Yet look at these facades. This is clearly a Renan district.
Hey, check out that drawing on the castle gate. That's the Darkwing's crest.
Oh.
It's from an old Danon legend about a hero who defeated an evil king with a torch and their trusty owl. That's his crest. I'm sure of it.
Really? First time I'm hearing it. So if someone drew it on the gate...
It must mean the Renans have lost control of the city.
Are you suggesting the Danons rose up and defeated the Lord here? Hard to believe, but not entirely unthinkable, given the evidence.
Let's look around and see if we can find someone. They might be able to tell us what happened.
The Darkwings weren't in
This is
Fantasia, right?
horrible.
Is there truly no one here?
No, wait. Was the Traveling Band a reference for them?
Well, they would have preceded the Darkwings if they weren't named that. No, I think Darkwings first appeared in Destiny. And half of every Tales game since. You hootin'? You having a hootenanny? Oh.
Yeah, no, you're right. They first appeared in Destiny.
I don't remember what they were.
Hoo-hoo! Hoo-hoo!
Look, Hoodle! One of your buddies!
Sure. It's locked.
All of these ruins look like they were made pretty recently.
But if that's the case, then where do you think the people that used to live here went off to? There must have been Danans and Renans, right?
That's a good question. Even if the Danans rebelled and managed to overthrow the Renans here, there should still be some people around.
This debris. Do you think it could be the work of Renan astral arts?
Perhaps, but the appearance of these ruins is rather uniform, which leads me to believe otherwise.
Hey, Rinwell. That story you told us about the Dark Wings. It said that the evil king was vanquished with a holy flame, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Then there might be some truth to that old story after all. It looks like all the rubble here had been scarred by flames.
Let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. If we can find someone around here, we might be able to get them to tell us what happened. Dohalim, you forgot to take care of the fire yesterday.
Okay. Now's the time.
What do you mean, take care of? Ah, yes. You meant to put it out?
Yep. If it stays lit, we could end up in real trouble real fast.
I see. I apologize for not realizing that. I shall be more careful in the future.
The way he's talking, it's like the thought of putting it out himself never even occurred to him.
Moving on, Dohalim, I should mention that the clasp for your cape is about to come undone.
Oh yes, I tried to fix that myself, but it simply refused to cooperate with me.
I can't believe I'm hearing this. Are you telling me Renans can't even dress themselves?
Lords like Dohalim have attendants that take care of just about everything they need, so I'm not surprised he sometimes struggles with the basics.
Even by those standards, you've got to admit this is still a little extreme.
Shionna's got a point. I mean, you don't see Renans like her needing so much help to get stuff done.
In my case, circumstances forced me to learn how to be independent. Even so, I still think Dohalim could afford to pick up a few more self-sufficient skills.
Well, specifically speaking, what would you suggest that I learn?
For starters, I think it'd be good for you to learn how to dress. And put on shoes. How to comb your hair is equally important. And learning to manage your possessions better. And then from there...
She sounds like his mom rattling all that off.
Oh, and another thing. About your owl, Rinwell.
What is it?
When he starts to molt, would you be willing to give me his old feathers? I think I could find a use for them.
What do you intend to do with those?
Well, recently, I haven't been sleeping well. However, I hear pillows made from owl feathers are very comfortable and wish to make one.
This is why I hate you, Renans!
Did I say something offensive?
Next time, put your own needs aside for a second and think about how someone might react first. Then consider if it's worth asking at all.
Dynamic we're aiming for is close, but it's not quite hitting.
Yeah.
Like in Vesperia, like you ended up having basically Yuri and Judith were the party mom and dad. They have the foundation for that to be Alfred and Kisara here. But everything is just so matter of fact.
Yeah. Oh, I just got Judith's one title trophy wife. I'm like, oh, okay. Like,
I mean,
no,
hey,
we're not gonna put that one on.
If your wife can air combo someone for 10 minutes...
True, true.
They're huge.
They're most likely used to harvest wind astral energy, so they have to be big.
They are big. I think I wanted to start asking this, I don't remember. Was the Jarl Federation in Luminaria a theocracy? Because, like, yeah, they had the academy where everybody learned to, like, do stuff and join the military. But they just had, like, that one, like, lady who I don't trust her. She was in charge.
Yeah, but they had like there was like a council though, but like which they also teased with corruption.
Yeah.
But like yeah, they had like the one queen who was like, I am in charge and I am suspicious as hell.
I don't trust either empire.
Stop right there.
Nope.
Don't move.
They have us surrounded.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
You first! Show yourself!
I'm the one asking the questions here. Don't try anything funny. One wrong move, and I guarantee we'll blow you away.
What are you...
My name is Alphen. I came here from Calaglia.
Alphen? The wielder of the blazing sword?
Getting pretty famous, isn't he?
Here is my proof. Will that suffice? Or do I have to burn down one of those houses to make my point?
Alphen!
No need. I believe you. I'm Bayfon, of the Darkwings. Sorry for threatening to blow you away. We're still hunting down the remnants of the enemy forces. So everyone's more than a bit on edge right now. Please forgive me.
Remaining? Wait, you mean you already took down the Lord of this realm?
That's right. We took her weapons and turned them right back on her.
Are you the Danon leader here in Niez?
Nah, I'm just one of the commanders. Deadeye's the one who runs the show. I'd be happy to take you to him. Just one problem. The Renans. Seems the rumors you were running with them were true. You do understand, right? I mean, we only just liberated the city from their kind. Everyone's short on trust. And for good reason. Especially Deadeye. I think it'd be best if those two waited outside.
They're my healers, though.
Not going to happen.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a good idea for us to split up. It's too dangerous.
Also, they'd have to have an awkward conversation.
Then it's on your head, friend.
No, it's okay. They could be camping and roasting marshmallows.
Our base is that way.
Ooh.
You could have left me behind, you know.
This isn't just about you, Dohalim.
Ah, yes.
Remember, not too long ago...
I guess even after you beat the Renans, your work's only really just begun, huh?
Yeah. This place seems like it's got a lot of issues to fix.
Xion was dead set ready to kill Dohalim.
Yeah, I know. I was just making a low-key Nier reference because the villagers in that game won't let Emil or Kaine hang out. So like the always are just like, we'll just camp outside, and if you go and sneak on them, you get like a really nice touching scene of them roasting marshmallows and talking about their feelings, and it's great. So we can have the same thing happen between those two.
I don't think Dohalim would understand the concept of ruffling buffaloes. Yes, roasting marshmallows.
This is true.
That looks like a Renin gun.
Yeah, they definitely stole that.
The Darkwings is the Mahag Saar rebellion group. It's like a more evil version of the Crimson Crows is what I'm picking up.
So you're Alphen, are ya?
You don't have a character design.
Thought you'd be bigger. Huh. Guess the armor beefs you up a
Yeah,
bit.
at least Miguel looked like a Final Fantasy podcaster.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of people talking, you know. But in this town, I call the shots. You play by my rules here. Just remember that.
You talk big for someone with a generic character model.
Like you
Gotta say, I didn't expect you to run with a gang of women and kids. Those other lords must have been real pushovers, huh?
Seriously? Are you this rude to everyone you meet?
Don't interrupt me, you brat. Didn't your parents teach you any manners?
Why, you?
So you're the one who took down the Lord of this realm, huh? How'd you pull that off?
Yeah.
We just swiped the Renan's explosives. And then we blasted them all to hell and back.
Explosives? That's a pretty bold approach. But how'd you manage to avoid hurting your own people?
I didn't, that's how. But the chance to take out a lord was worth the sacrifice.
Did you check your work?
And the Lord? What did this sacrifice earn you?
Unfortunately, we couldn't manage to finish her off. But now we've really got the girl on the run.
She ran? A lord?
Yeah, the lady was just a coward. She had a whole lot more bark than bite, that's for sure. She's probably hiding off in a hole somewhere. But not for long. We'll find her and drag her right back into town. Then she'll get what's coming to her.
I wouldn't be so sure. She may run, but she'll never go quiet.
Shut up, Bright Eyes! I would have run you through already if you weren't with the blazing sword here.
The whole reason you're fighting is to free the Danans in this realm, is it not? If
Shut
so,
your
then—
mouth, witch! That's enough! If you're really fighting for us Danans, why keep these bastards around? Why haven't you killed them already?
I'm not going to kill these bastards.
They're my bastards.
Bastards.
Is that the case, huh? Then tell me the point of this show.
They're my friends.
My bastard friends.
Friends? Renans are Renans. The scum-sucking bastards who've been draining our souls for 300 years now! But you know that.
I can't hear him.
Because you and that little lady are friends and more.
Oh, we are so getting run out of town now.
Son of a... You'll pay for that!
That's enough! Deadeye, you know that was completely uncalled for.
I think they're brothers.
All of you, get the hell out of my realm! And don't ever come back! This is Danan's realm and it's ours, understand? I call the shots here. And I make the rules. I do, Deadeye, leader of the Dark Wings!
Yeah! Deadeye! Liberator Deadeye! You are the true leader of this realm! We're not afraid of any Bright Eyes!
It's only a matter of time before I throw every last Bright Eye out of this realm!
The Dark Wings! The Dark Wings rule!
Yellow snakes rule! Sorry, that had the same inflection of that.
Hey, wait up! Told you so, didn't I? You should have left your Renan pals outside.
You don't agree with him, do you? I could tell by the look on your face in there.
That's how things are with him. He loses his temper, then I step in and calm things down.
Better you than me.
If that's all, I think it's past time we were going.
Look, I just wanted to apologize for what Deadeye said in there.
At least somebody's got some manners around here.
He didn't used to be like that. But, well, that's what losing most of your loved ones will do to a man. He may never forgive the Renans.
It's a little ironic how indistinguishable his manner is to that of a lord.
Hey, Bayfon? Deadeye mentioned the Lord is still on the run. Any ideas where she might be?
We looked all over, but found no traces of her. We heard some rumblings about activity in Estaluva Forest, but that's it.
Estaluva, huh?
Wait, you're not going after her, are you? Certainly won't win you any favors with Deadeye.
This isn't Deadeye's war, and we're certainly not fighting it for him. Besides, it's like Shion said, her type isn't going to go quietly.
Hey, it's your funeral. Don't say I didn't warn you.
We'll be sure to keep you out of it. Before we set out, though, is there anywhere around here we can rest?
Sure. Building at the end of the road, opposite side. It's all yours. We use it as temporary lodging, to house people who don't have a new place to live quite yet.
We're not going to run into any trouble there, are we?
Rumors of a certain fiery sword have spread fast. I doubt anyone will be eager to give you guys problems. And here's where I say my farewell. You're on your own, but good hunting.
before you go, how come you don't hate the Renins as well?
Oh, believe me, I've got my bone to pick with the Renins. Just not with two of them I've never so much as laid eyes on before.
Rumel's feeling called out.
Let's head on over to that lodge. We'll figure out what our next move is there.
I actually have no idea what she's thinking. What I'm thinking is that when... So leaders with character design, we have Zephyr, we have Menek, who was a fake anyway, that was Ganabelt, and we have Miguel. Gold
You're
Dust...
cutting out a bit.
I am?
Yeah.
I don't think I am for recording, but I think Discord's being silly.
Alright, well, just as long as it's fine with recording.
The Gold Dust casts were pretty unique. With Bragan being the leader, these two look like evil Bragan. Deadaim
I
and
see someone who
Bayfon.
looks troubled about something.
A little compassion can make all the difference.
And on top of
I
that,
propose
the
we speak to
other
them.
two people around him look like evil versions of Crimson Crow members. So I think that's like the whole theme with this group. Sigh. Why does everybody hate to be such cowards? If we don't get this taken care of, things are never going to change.
What's wrong?
What's got you down, friend? Zoogles, that's what, of course. Pretty common variety of them, to be more specific. Rumor says it was the Lord's favorite kind of Zoogle, so people are afraid to go anywhere near them.
Alright.
I can understand their hesitation if you need them gone. We're more than capable of taking care of them for you.
What the?
Hold on, pal. I don't want you to just exterminate them. If you could bring back any usable materials from them, that'd be great too. You want us to retrieve Zoogle parts? For what? Are you building something? Not building, studying. I can demonstrate that even fearsome, dangerous Zoogles can be used to make handy tools. It'll motivate people to hunt them more. We can't always expect people like you to come along and solve all our problems for us after all. So you're trying to be more self-sufficient. That's very commendable of you.
Hey.
Actually, about those materials, you're looking for... Isn't this what you're talking about? This isn't what you're talking about, is it?
Yeah!
Oh yeah, it totally is. Could I convince you to share what you have with me?
Good.
Yeah, go ahead and help yourself. I'd rather it go to someone who can use it than keep it weighing us down. Great. You're the one generous bunch of people you know. You're one generous bunch of people, you know that? Now to see just what I can turn all this into.
All right.
I'm sure I'll be able to make something useful. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, roasted chicken recipe.
That's always worth it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get the feeling Deadaim signed up to be a rebel, so he could have a rooster rule. Heck, he's no better than a lord. In some ways, he's even worse.
I know. How could he use explosives on his own people?
And yet, despite the toll of his actions, none of the Danans we've seen seem to question his assumed authority in the least. If anything, they may well consider him a hero, which would say a great deal toward how deeply they resented the Renins here.
Still, I don't think this is as simple as saying the good guys won out over the bad ones.
Yeah, I don't either. Deadaim might have managed to drive the Renins out of Niez, but that doesn't make the way he did it okay. No matter which way you look at it.
A victory that's earned by throwing away the lives of his own people? No, that isn't a victory at all. I can understand that the Danans here are standing up against their oppression, but that doesn't mean they have to humiliate all Renins just to settle the score.
I'm perfectly able to stand up for myself, Alphen. Besides, I'm used to it by...
But you shouldn't have to be, Shion. It's just... What I mean to say is, when you've been a slave for so long, it's easy to accept that's how it should be because it's all you've ever known. Constantly being belittled is no different. I don't think that's fair. For me or for you.
I just don't know, man.
Don't know what?
Deadeye managed to drive out a real live Renin Lord. That's incredible. And he seems to have a lot of supporters surrounding him too. But he's got an attitude worse than any angry Zoogle. Plus, Niez is in utter ruins. I don't have a clue what his game is.
The Renins are powerful. And because of that, it takes a strong leader to have any hope of toppling them. However, when you take down one dictator only to replace them with another, ultimately it's just business as usual.
If it'd been Zephyr instead of Deadeye, I don't think things would have turned out like this.
Rinwell.
Yeah, I think so too. Zephyr did things differently top to bottom. He's not the kind of person who would have forced his own views or decisions on other people. When you do that, you're ruling over others, not leading them.
To be honest, I don't know what I would have wanted my dad to do if he was in that position.
Law.
The whole thing feels weird in a way. It's a weird kind of feeling, but at the same time, part of me also feels happy. Deadeye and my dad are two very different men. For now, I'm content knowing that.
These skits are just like taking any direction.
Yeah.
The city is liberated, and yet the air still hums with fear and anxiety. It
It really
reminds
does
me all
feel
too well
like
of how
they were
Vicente
like
once was.
Hums? You mean like
things that
music?
should have been actual
Yeah,
cutscenes
none of
got
that
shoved
sounds
into
like music
skits.
to my ears. In fact, I've never seen any Danins with musical instruments in my life.
You don't need instruments to play music. It can emerge naturally from the sounds of people going about their day and the hustle and bustle of life.
You seem to care a lot about music, Dohalim. I didn't know that about you.
Have I not mentioned it? Before I was a candidate for the lordship, I had my heart set on the life of a musician.
You? A musician?
Indeed, music enriches the world around us. I trained day and night to hone my art. Words could not describe my bliss, as my notes carried with them the sights and sounds of nature, the ebb and flow of time, and the thoughts of people on the wind.
Dohalim.
Forgive me. My loquaciousness can get the best of me at times.
Don't apologize. It's interesting hearing what Renin culture is like.
Even though the Renins destroyed all of our arts and culture.
Personally, I was interested in the music of Dana as well. The fact that generations of lords deemed music to be of no use to their slaves and outright forbade the ownership of instruments is lamentable. Not that my words can undo the damage already done.
Right, he's a bard too. Oh look, it's evil person from the Gold Dust Cats. The Akfodal Hills lies just across this gate. If you venture southwest, you'll find the road Adan Lake. Go northwest instead, you'll eventually find Estaluva Forest. Stay west and you'll come to Adan Ruin. Wherever you go, you're bound to encounter ferocious Zoogles, so travel with caution.
Not this way, I guess.
But
No?
I guess we have to rest first.
Okay. Rest at the end. Here's the end. In and the out. I feel like I was gonna say something else other than that
I
that
hear
was
a voice. Somebody's asking for help.
that person.
Hopefully it's nothing that'll be too hard to deal with.
There are a lot of people to talk to, and I sure wish there was more to go
Oh,
around.
yeah?
What are you talking about? Our rations, we're always running short on them. It's never enough to be comfortable. We could really do with some rice, potatoes, beef, spices in particular. We have what
How's
you
this?
need. Is this what you need? We've got some right here. Is this enough? Whoa, you're so generous. Thank you. Yeah, that will help a lot. I don't have much to offer in return, but I'll teach you my family's secret recipe if you like. Hurry, recipe.
Great!
Oh, this sounds delicious. Yeah, I can't wait to try it. Doesn't look that hard to fix either.
Hey.
Hey, Kisara, if it's really that simple, would you teach me how to cook it? Oh, you're actually interested in making food now, not just eating it? What does it matter to you? I'd just like to put a certain someone in his place for complaining about my cooking earlier.
Good.
Ah, well, I'd love to teach you. My training isn't going to be easy. Think you're ready?
Really?
Is that serious? Sure, I guess. Hit me with all you've got. But promise me you won't tell anyone else I asked this, okay? My lips are sealed. But in return, you have to call me Captain while we're in training. Deal?
What?
What? Okay, Captain. You're supposed to say, yes, Captain.
Yes!
Yes, Captain.
Okay, but the last thing she made was fondue,
All right.
and people liked that.
Well, that's just melted cheese.
Yeah.
Curry's a different game. Now we can
It is
begin
true.
your training.
Right.
I see you have some freshly caught fish here. Perfect. We'll use that as well.
Really?
What? But the recipe doesn't call for fish.
What?
Are you trying to talk back to your superior? No, ma'am. You're supposed to say yes, Captain.
Huh?
What? Did I just start a quest by starting a quest that
All right.
was already
Yes.
finished? Good. It looks like you have everything we need. Now we dive into the culinary trenches. Yes, Captain.
You want me to take over Shion?
Sure.
Since this has a lot of reading.
Okay. Is that how you hold a knife? What are you trying to do, Private? Dance with it.
Huh?
No, of course.
You're supposed to say yes, Captain.
Yes!
Yes, Captain.
All right.
Pay attention. Turn up the fire. That fire. Boil that water. You don't have time to let your eyes wander.
Yes!
Yes, Captain.
We're halfway to the scene with Undyne and Frisk. Okay.
Yeah. It's all finished.
Huh.
So it is. Its flavor and presentation get a passing grade. You've got promise, but there's still room for improvement. You have to keep training every day. Do I make myself clear?
All right.
Yes, Captain. Guess I've got a long way to go before my food is perfect. But I'll show him. One day my food will taste so good it'll knock his armor off.
Gosh, I wonder who she's talking about.
Yeah. It's a mystery.
By the by, Shion, if you don't mind my asking, would you be willing to share what sort of clothes are currently in fashion on Rena sometime?
Sure. As long as you call me Captain.
Sir, yes, sir, Captain Shion.
I was just joking. Kinda has a nice ring to it, though.
This is younger evil bragging. Oh no, man who lost his home.
His home. Oh.
There are people resting upstairs who've lost their home. Try and keep it down while you're here. Yeah, I imagine a lot of people lost their home. That's why this place is so crowded. Crafton? We're not Crafton. In that case. Ingredients I'm missing. Okay. Are you the Blazing Sword of Calaglia? No, I'm the Lord of Eldimencia right now. You're welcome to stay here if you like, but just don't cause any trouble while you're here, understand?
That Deadeye creep certainly has a few screws loose, that's for sure.
Forget that guy. Right now, we need to discuss how we're going to proceed.
What's there to discuss? Deadeye and his crew have already brought down the Lord here. Just let them finish her off.
I want to go after her.
I second that. I think it's the best thing to do right now. We don't know if the Darkwings have what it takes to beat her. I'm worried what'll happen if we leave her to her own devices.
You make a good point, Rinwell. And maybe I'm just being overconfident, but between us and them, I think we have a better chance at defeating her.
I have to agree.
This realm isn't going to be truly safe as long as that lord is still running around out there. We need to act.
Fine by me. But isn't Deadeye just gonna take all the credit once we're done?
Our job is to break down the walls that oppress Dana. What he chooses to build in their place, that's his problem. For now, we'll head to this Estaluva forest Bayfon told us about. Whatever we decide to do, though, we should take some time to rest first. We've barely stopped since Menancia.
To be fair, if he decides to build Oppression 2, his problem becomes our problem. Probably, maybe.
Where are you going?
Alphen.
A weird way to approach it.
You should get some rest. What's got you up at this hour?
Just let me be for a minute, okay? Why don't you go back to the inn?
Wait, didn't that say room?
I will when you do.
Have it your way.
Shion.
What's this music?
The Lord's days are numbered. I haven't forgotten our promise.
Very generic.
You can trust me, you know. Maybe even lean on me a little. If you want.
And if I say I will you finally give it a rest?
Yeah, of course.
It's overworld music, isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, it might be. It all kind of starts to blend together.
What was all that about?
I mean, the overworld music for the paths has been the same. It hasn't changed with the realms.
So we're just going to check things out, right? In whatever that forest is called.
Estaluva Forest. Next time, pay attention.
Also, law, if you don't want to fight, you don't gotta. Where's my party right now? Not even there. Birds. See, this is weird, because when I was looking at the trees in the Owl Forest, it's like, okay, so the green one might be the wind, and the yellow one...
Got sand in my eyes!
The winds are strong here. Mind yourselves.
Ugh, even the inside of my mouth is all sandy.
Hoodle, don't get blown away, okay?
And the yellow one might be Earth. And while that was true, the aesthetics of the realm is the other way around. The green place was the Earth, and the yellow place is the wind.
The winds outside the capital are blowing as strongly as ever.
You can definitely see why people call this place the Valley of the Four Winds.
Oh, okay.
Indeed. Mahag Saar is the realm of wind, just as Ganeth Heros is for water.
Earth, water, fire, wind, light, and darkness. Rena is aligned to darkness, leaving each realm one element each.
Is that because some elements are easier to gather in certain areas than others?
That is certainly possible, but I suspect the biggest reason is to prevent the lords from squabbling over resources.
Funny. You would think infighting would come naturally to an elite class vying for a crown.
True, but the Renans rule as a minority. Fighting ourselves would just be destructive. Though, as you saw in Menancia, any abstention from fighting is merely a facade.
In the end, you all get usurped whether you like it or not.
That may be true, but something tells me that this time is different.
We have to catch up to the Lord first if we want answers. Let's keep moving.
I'm confused about Rena, because it sounds like they don't live on Rena, they just live on
I've got a really
Lenegus.
bad feeling about this.
Dragon Swarm!
I'll
take you all on!
Glacial Spear!
Look sharp! Mine! Slash!
Freeze Lancer!
Wait!
These ones can run rings around us!
Take this!
On guard!
It's
I'm
over!
only getting
Dragon
started.
Swarm! Severing Wind! Damn it!
Look sharp!
It's too fast!
Stand back.
Lightning
I'll trim it up.
That's it! Mega Ray! Not in your dreams! Tiger Blade! Annihilation!
This one's all mine!
Going in!
Lightning it's over!
Tiger
Wind!
Blade!
I was going somewhere with that.
You're mine!
On guard!
I do not remember.
Water! Here
Go,
we
go,
go!
go.
Raging Cascade!
It's over!
Sleep now! This one's mine! Piercing
Can't see hidden.
We'll have it handy!
Severing Wind!
Glacial
You're
Spear!
mine!
Pierce evil!
Wind!
Freeze Lancer! Supernova!
Severing Wind! Hurricane Blast! Tear!
This
Take
one's
this!
mine.
You're finished!
Healing
Tear!
Stroke! Get you
I
all
owe you
away!
one for that. And just like that, I'm back in it.
Start by holding the front line!
No sooner said than done.
Do it! Raging Cascade!
Far enough!
We've turned the tables on them.
There are still more left!
Right. No time to hold back.
Sleep now! Let's go!
Eat dirt!
Get on in there with the others!
Piercing
Flame! Reload! Water!
Take it away!
Let's go!
Chill!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished.
Finished. Okay, well. I have lost
I
my
can
trains
feel
of
my
thought.
precision improving.
And also, I think this is a good place to call it for this recording. It is definitely shorter than usual, but that's fine. That's probably the nature of these offline recorded ones, because I don't have a designated time slot. Okay. Say bye.
Alright, bye.